You guys, I got an answer of what is going on. That zombie Lizzie clone clownery. We are not in that realm of being self-defeating creatures any longer. It may just be a human thing to be masochists. We love to hurt ourselves. We can tell by the way humans interact with Mother Nature herself. Our own environment. How much do we tear it down? So, yes, it is a human trait to just have this saboteur due to a lack of consciousness. But there comes a point where we can definitely evolve into a better version of ourselves where we don't want to beat ourselves up. I posted a video once. I was going through this really dark time of putting myself through the worst. Out in nature in the wilderness, in really high elevations, in peak winter time with not the correct gear. And just trying to see if I could find my limit. I want to know what I was made of, and it got to a point where my inner child was crying, and I was really needing to, back that train of thought, because really it's like a story of belief. I had this unconscious belief that I was never going to be good enough. So no matter how spiritual I looked, no matter how hardcore my outdoor quest was for God, I was just never going to find it. I was never going to be it. And that was such a lie. I released that belief and I picked my inner child up and I just started caring really deeply for myself. I'm still having adventures that are really intense. I am being put to the test, but not in this self-defeating way. I'm not putting obstacles in my own way. As I went through this change in my own behavior, I realized that I had kind of risen into a new realm. I had created some sort of orb around me or shall I say a vortex. It's almost like this energy that is unconditional, loving light for myself. I am doing the utmost to be a being of service and love. So I've created that energy around me. And this is what happens to us. We sort of get a look to specific people. It's almost like they know. They know who we are. And they are, vibrationally attracted to us. So Spirit has shown me it's almost like this natural process of that mirror reflection. Once you find within you the shadow and you alchemize many parts of it into light, so you become like this clear screen for those who haven't found the light within their shadow. So what they're going to do is they're going to project all their stuff onto you. But Spirit said this is okay because it's like a natural extrication of the beast. We find that inner beast within us and we tame it. The others have no choice but to have that reflected back onto them. It's an opportunity, a perfect moment in time for that lower soul to encounter its false ego through its reflection of you. They have ego deaths, you guys. They are freaking out. Satan is kicking us out. But the thing is, through that dismissal, we are still in charge. Say somebody wants to dismiss you. What is the opposite of dismiss? Is it entertain, engage? It's to assemble, to form. So something is being dismissed, we're going to reform it. So when they do that to you, these self-defeating creatures, these people are saboteurs. They want to hurt themselves. And like I said, I've been there and I totally get it. But I don't want to be that way anymore. So I'm here to teach you that what I've learned is when they do that, those other people that are trying to defeat themselves, and they're dismissing you and who you are, you have that moment to re-engage. So it's like, no matter what they do, you're still whole and complete. It's like an example of this would be that last video. Who the heck cares how many years you've lived in any town? It's a dismissal. And the proper reaction is to re-engage your presence, because that's really what defeats them alone in the first place, is your presence. So we're seeing these people just destroy themselves upon your arrival. That is the power that you guys are holding and that I am holding. It's the power of Christ consciousness. It's the power of true light. We are beings of unconditional love. We're kryptonite for these sick, sad souls. And they know it. But our job is to go into these areas with that service, compassion and forgiveness. I don't even really know what I just went through on a spiritual level. All I know is that was combat. And I am a spiritual warfare hero, a veteran. You'll see in your police department there's a statue in honor of a fallen soldier. That combat warrior was carved after me, Sedona. And the one thing I can say that they want to do is they want to dismiss us, and it's not going to happen. I did my first live stream, and it was a blast. We had a party, but there were some negative Nancys, and one of the comments were, "Why are you bragging so much recently?" And I thought about that, and I'm like, dang, you're right, I am. Your continual dismissals have led to my continual engagement and entertainment of my own value. You guys seem to be so surprised about who I am. I do find value in being humble, but there comes a point where you just have to let the truth shine. We already have the tools. We've already seen ahead. We already know what these little babies are trying to do. We're just going to allow, yes, T-Rex, for this natural extrication of the beast.